General Hospital will reveal Cyrus as a haunting specter, lurking in every dark corner of the hospital, spreading fear among everyone who works and receives treatment there. Mysterious deaths occur one after another, with no clear explanation. Patients who are recovering well suddenly fall into critical condition, and unexpected fatalities make the atmosphere at the hospital even more tense. Cyrus's presence everywhere, with his sharp, cold gaze and unusual calm demeanor, makes these events even more frightening. Everyone senses his involvement, yet they are powerless due to the lack of any evidence to expose these crimes. The hospital, which should have been a place of life and hope, is now engulfed in confusion and insecurity. Medical staff move around in tension, their eyes avoiding Cyrus whenever he appears. The growing whispers of worry increase with each passing day, but no one dares to directly point the finger at him, as they know everything will be at a standstill without concrete proof. His presence not only causes disorder but also serves as an unspoken challenge to the entire system. In this context, Liz, a dedicated and hardworking nurse, becomes entangled in the chaos. With her tireless dedication to her work, she has always been someone her colleagues trust and her patients adore. However, it is her dedication and presence in many complex cases that make her the target of baseless accusations. Without clear evidence, but to calm public opinion, the hospital administration decides to suspend Liz's work, an unfair and ruthless decision. This injustice strikes Liz deeply, like a knife cutting into her self-esteem. Not only does she lose her job, but she is also hurt by the cold treatment from those she once considered allies. The doubtful glances, the behind-the-back gossip, draw Liz into a sense of isolation. She has tried her best to save patients, but now she must suffer the consequences of crimes she has no involvement in. Liz feels the weight of pressure bearing down on her shoulders. The suspicion from all sides, the coldness from once close colleagues, and the sense of abandonment plunge her into deep despair. Meanwhile, Cyrus continues to walk freely, confidently pacing the hospital halls as though challenging everything. Liz not only faces personal pain but also the helplessness of the entire system. She becomes a symbol of the system's failure to combat evil, a bitter reminder of the injustice that good people sometimes have to endure. Portia, with the determination and responsibility of a doctor, can no longer bear Cyrus's menacing presence in the hospital. After days of witnessing the fearful looks from her colleagues and the pervasive sense of insecurity, she realizes that expelling Cyrus is necessary. Portia knows this is a bold and risky decision, but she cannot stand by and watch a dangerous man continue to roam in a space that should be the safest for both patients and medical staff. She announces the decision to immediately ban Cyrus from the hospital and demands an escort to remove him from the building. Portia leads the way, walking alongside him in tense silence. The heavy steps of both of them echo down the hall, as staff watch from a distance, filled with a mixture of worry and hope. When the elevator doors open, Portia turns to look at Cyrus with a determined expression, while he smiles coldly, filled with deep anger and hatred. The elevator doors close, and his terrifying gaze becomes an unspoken threat that Portia could not have anticipated. Cyrus, with his cunning and ruthless nature, quickly begins plotting his revenge. The humiliation of being expelled from the hospital awakens his twisted instincts, and he decides Portia must pay. Quietly and calculatingly, Cyrus sneaks into the area near Portia's office, bringing with him digitalis, a dangerous toxin capable of causing rapid heart failure if used in the right dosage. He places the poison into a water jug in her office, making sure no one knows of his actions. Hours later, when Portia returns to her office after a stressful morning, she drinks from the familiar jug without suspicion. Only minutes later, a sharp, excruciating pain strikes, causing her to collapse onto her desk. The sudden heart attack paralyzes her body, leaving her unable to cry for help. The sound of a falling object catches the attention of a passing nurse, and within minutes, the entire hospital erupts in chaos. Medical staff quickly gather, attempting to save Portia from her critical state. The incident sends shockwaves throughout the hospital, not only due to its unexpected nature but also from the fear that this could be a deliberate attack. The atmosphere is tense and chaotic as everyone understands that the culprit behind this is none other than Cyrus. Cyrus's brutal act not only nearly costs Portia her life but also pushes the hospital into a state of crisis. The safety of both staff and patients becomes a major concern, as fear and anger rise in everyone's hearts. Curtis, upon hearing the news of Portia's condition, can no longer contain his fury. He realizes this is not just a personal attack, but also a challenge from Cyrus against justice and the safety of the community. Curtis decides that Cyrus must pay, and he begins planning to confront him. Cyrus's bold act is like a dagger stabbing deep into the trust and safety of the hospital. Portia's sudden heart attack, suffered by a talented and respected doctor, shocks the entire medical team and sparks a wave of fear and confusion. The hospital, once a symbol of life and hope, now is shrouded in a heavy atmosphere, with the fear that anyone could become the next target of Cyrus. The medical staff now must not only focus on saving lives but also face constant fear. The anxious glances, hurried footsteps in the halls, and unusual silence during usual conversations all show the tension that's taken over. Everyone wonders if they are safe, if the killer still hides in the shadows, waiting for the next opportunity to strike. The ghost of Cyrus looms over the hospital, paralyzing both courage and the staff's spirit to work. Curtis, after receiving the news about Portia's attack, erupts like a volcano. He is angry not only because the woman he cares about is hurt but also because of the system's impotence in stopping Cyrus. Portia nearly lost her life, and this is not just a personal attack but a blatant challenge to the hospital's security and justice. Curtis realizes that if he doesn't act, many more people will suffer at Cyrus's hands. With burning determination, Curtis begins formulating a plan to confront the villain. He thinks not only about protecting Portia but also about seeking justice for the innocent victims who have suffered under Cyrus's cruelty. Curtis reaches out to those who can help, looking for information on Cyrus's underground activities, and prepares to face him at any cost. He knows that confronting Cyrus is not just a personal battle but also a responsibility he cannot escape. While Curtis quietly prepares, the atmosphere at the hospital grows more tense. Each medical staff member feels the danger drawing near, and they begin discussing ways to protect themselves. Security measures tighten, but the worry remains. Everyone understands that Cyrus is not easily controlled and could strike at any moment. The anger and insecurity spread like wildfire, burning away the trust in the hospital's safety. Patients and their families begin to question whether this place can truly heal them. Yet, deep inside, they still hope that justice will prevail, that Curtis and those willing to stand up will end the nightmare Cyrus has brought upon them. The attack on Portia by Cyrus's ruthless hand is not only a wake-up call about the threat he poses but also exposes serious flaws in the hospital's security and management system. A place that was once seen as a stronghold for life now becomes a stage for dark conspiracies, where the villain can act freely without being stopped. The continuous incidents, from the mysterious deaths of patients to Portia's attack, reveal the weaknesses in ensuring safety and protecting medical staff, raising serious questions about the responsibilities of the administration. Portia, despite suffering from a sudden heart attack and being in a life-threatening situation, shows admirable resilience. Her physical pain cannot extinguish her willpower, a woman who has always given her best for her work and the community. Even while lying in a hospital bed, Portia refuses to let herself remain a victim forever. She becomes a symbol of resistance against evil, inspiring those around her with courage and determination to stand up for what is right. Portia's image, in critical condition yet still strong in spirit, serves as a powerful reminder that safety and justice cannot be guaranteed through hope or words alone. Everyone working at the hospital, from the leadership to doctors and staff, must reconsider their responsibilities. How could a dangerous person like Cyrus gain such easy access? What measures need to be taken to prevent such tragedies from happening again in the future? Portia, though physically and mentally harmed, remains steadfast as a shining example of resilience in the face of adversity. Her courage compels those around her to no longer remain indifferent or ignore the potential threats. It forces everyone to face the truth that safety is not something guaranteed, but rather the result of unity and an unwavering commitment to stand against evil. In the eyes of her colleagues and patients, Portia is not only a doctor but also a symbol of hope and strength. Her struggle against the threat of Cyrus has ignited a flame in the hearts of others, motivating them to act to protect one another and reaffirm that evil cannot prevail if everyone stands united and fights against it.